The rumor mill is rumoring here, and some real reporting on this as well that I believe comes courtesy of friend of the program, Justin Thind. This is on Darius Adams. This is the presumed Michigan State target, and now we can confirm that he's a Michigan State target thanks to Justin Thin's reporting for 27 Sports. Encourage people go subscribe to 24/7 Sports so you can read the full article. It's a VIP post from Justin. So I'm not going to speak to overly too many specifics here out of respect for Justin's work over at 24/7. But I think we can confirm that Darius Adams is a Michigan State target. And revealed in some of this reporting is some, I don't know, some details that make it seem like this is a realistic option for Michigan State. Earlier this week, we had heard that Alabama was the presumed front runner here and that everyone was trying to play catch up to Alabama. That appears that that's not the perception that Michigan State is getting here. And maybe the most important part of all of this, both DK and Justin seem to be able to confirm that Michigan State is aggressive in their pursuit of Darius Adams. Let you define what aggressive looks like here. But a week ago, when we did Darius Adams, or 2 days ago, when we did the Darius Adams decommitment video, it was a lot of speculation. It was, hey, this would be a perfect fit. We hope Michigan State goes after it. It falls in their wheelhouse. Now we have confirmation that Michigan State is, in fact, prioritizing this and going after it. As a Michigan State fan, what's your reaction to this?
Yeah, I mean, it makes me feel good that that Michigan State is trying, right? Because I sometimes lose faith that they are trying to go after guys this level with certain aggression, and it seems that there is an aggressive state to this. This I guess I'm in a metaphor mood today, and it's gonna be a bad one, but this is like firing a shot in the DMs at the baddie. You know what I'm saying? Like throw the ball emoji, say, "Oh my God, my ball rolled in your yard." And I'm not saying that she liked it, but she double tapped. You know what I'm saying? She double tapped on it, so you know she saw it. Basically, we're doing that to Darius Adams right now. We're going after him, and he acknowledged that we're going after him. We were, obviously being part of, his final schools. Not saying we were. Honestly, I think we finished third in that recruitment behind Tennessee and UConn. But it's good to see that Michigan State is, actively trying to get a guy like Darius Adams because I think he would be an upgrade at the two spot.
What do you think aggressive means? And I don't know if that's an exact word that Justin used. I can't remember right now off the top of my head, but I feel like my general takeaway summarizing it was like not just Michigan State's an option. Michigan State is trying. And I'd like to know what that means because we speculated this the other day from rumblings in our world. We were told this is probably a bag driven race for Darius
Mhm.
Adams' services. And at the same time, he left UConn presumably because of playing time. We know Michigan State stacks up well on playing time and opportunity. The Jace Richardson pitch is a good one. We don't know where Michigan State stacks up on what type of financial offer they'll bring to the table. So the idea that they're going for this, what does that mean?
So I think it's a one is the pitch of playing time and giving him what he wants because apparently the murmurs out there is that he wants to be able to play some point guard, which I would have zero issue with him trying back a point guard for our team because we don't have one. So
Is that a good pitch though? If
if
this kid is he wants to play point guard, we think Michigan State is a good pitch.
no, 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 I'm saying like he wants to be able to play some point guard. I think Michigan State could pitch him on the playing time thing at the two, but he could also run a little bit of one as well because
Okay.
we don't have a point guard. I mean, we have a point guard, we don't have a backup point guard, is what I'm saying. That's not
Got
the
it.
initial. And now I don't know if this is true or not. This is all speculation, but apparently also. Michigan State is on par money wise with what he's getting thrown at him currently. That could change. If someone throws like a $2 million bag, a $3 million bag, we can pack it on up. say that we had a good time, enjoy the edits of him in Michigan State's jersey, shit, maybe even call him a Spartan dog for life. Invite him to grind week. But currently as it's constructed, as I am hearing rumors, they are on par financially. So if they're on par financially and they can do the playing time pitch as well, maybe going hard after them feel good. I feel like I'm gonna get myself to a point too where I'm gonna be disappointed if we don't get them, but I don't want to do that because I think at any time a school could come out and drop $2 million for Darius Adams, and I think we would be shit out of luck.
So I'm not in the Michigan State loops that you are. Obviously, you are the person I go to when
I
I.
am. You need to go to somebody else.
Well, you dropped a nugget there that I hadn't heard. I had not heard until now that Michigan State is on par with their offer here.
Currently,
Is
as of
is that part of the report that we're alluding to earlier that I missed, or is that coming from somewhere else?
no, it's somewhere else.
Got it. Okay. Um, you think that's true?
No. No, because I don't believe anything with Michigan State financially being able to be on par with people.
We interrupt this sleepers video to tell you about an offer from Underdog Fantasy. Cart, you love Underdog Fantasy, correct?
Of course I do. Can I have a moment real quick?
Please. Thank you for that. In fact, I'm going to cut you off because our listeners like when we keep these short and sweet. Underdog Fantasy. Sign up as a new user. Use promo code SLEEPERS. Get bonus funds up to $1,000, 50% of your deposit match. The NBA playoffs are rocking right now. I played Underdog last week with a Cade Cunningham line. I'm looking forward to doing it throughout the entire first round of the NBA playoffs, but there's more. You can place picks on golf. You can place picks on baseball. You can place picks on the NHL playoffs that are rocking right now. Join Underdog Fantasy, promo code SLEEPERS. Support this show so that we can keep bringing videos to you. Back to the video. I guess that would be the part that confuses me. Not that they can't. Like I've said in the other videos on this, I think Michigan State has more than enough money to do that. I don't think we've ever seen Tom Izzo approach a high school recruitment that way, at
Yeah,
least not in the last couple of
it
years.
would be him doing something that he hasn't done, which maybe he, goes along with a string of doing things he hasn't done in a while, keeps it rolling.
Yeah, it could happen. What do we think the number is then? Because I have a hard time believing, given the market rates for 5 stars that have left their option looking for a new option this offseason, I have a hard time believing this is anything under like $1.5 million.
I think it's in the 1.5 range.
Okay. You don't think it's two even? Like I would have said the other day, I would have said this is 2 million at least.
Yeah, so he's like also like back and forth on like what Darius Adams is necessarily. Like, is he a 5 star? Is he a 4 star?
We're doing that.
Well, here's the thing I got to get to as well. I wasn't the biggest Darius Adams fan, but also like I wasn't the biggest Jace Richardson fan. We saw how that turned out.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't. I wasn't the biggest there. Like we lost Darius Adams. I was like, that sucks. But I wasn't like torn up about it.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I think
I
he could
think
be good. I think he could be good for sure. But like if we're expecting him to come in and be Jace, oh no, 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 no,
well,
no.
I think we spoke to this well in the first video. There's a lot of national people that are really skeptical of Darius Adams that we talked to, and they were skeptical before he committed to UConn. So that's not like just sharing, like that's the general consensus. It's like, this is a risky one at where he's rated. It's That's the perception. It's not even our perception. It's the perception. I've been adamant that like regardless of what you feel there and regardless of what the risks are, if you can get Darius Adams, if you're Michigan State, it's the perfect ad. It's the perfect ad because you have to roll the dice on someone where if he does hit, he has star upside. No disrespect to anybody else in the roster because Kurt Tang could just shock everybody and be great. I don't know. But like I know you're rolling your eyes at the idea of him being a Jace replacement. I'm not. And I don't mean that in terms of caliber, but I mean that in terms of role. I think you have to get somebody with some sort of NBA pedigree to come in and sort of carry the load of being a go-to guy in the backcourt next to Jeremy Fierce. And even if Kurtang's great, I think he's a spot shooter. Trey Fort, maybe he shocks me. I know it wouldn't shock Michigan State fan. It would shock me if Trey Ford is that caliber player in 1 year at Michigan State. Darius Adams, even if it's a risk, there is a world where it happens, right? There's a world where a 5-star kid comes in and is just great. We saw that happen a bunch this year with other options across the country. We saw it happen with Michigan State with Jace, a guy that you and I didn't necessarily see that happening for. So, but I guess here's my thing. This has been a quiet recruitment since his decommitment, as far as I'm concerned. Like we had the early Trilly info, and then we had like all speculation. Uh, this is the first anything I've heard at all. And it's Michigan State being like, we're really after this. And if Michigan State people are reporting that number one, they're prioritizing it, but more importantly, number two, money's the same, I still don't buy that. But if it's true, y'all are getting him. Let me just be clear. Y'all have, we said this the other day, you have the best pitch in terms of role and playing time possible. Nobody else that's going to even want Darius Adams anywhere has the same pitch in terms of opportunity in a winning program at the position he wants, at all of it. It's right there. Look what we just did with Jace. Now you're him. There isn't a better pitch. So the only thing, in my opinion, that would prevent Michigan State from closing the deal if they try, given the relationship previously, is literally that they get beat in terms of money, which
Right.
has happened. So if
Mhm.
Michigan State people are reporting that they're not getting beat, congrats, you're getting Darius Adams. Like that's a fair conclusion, no? Like, but I don't know if I buy that part of it. I buy Finn's report that y'all are trying. I am just I don't know. Like it should be a done deal if you're offering the same amount as everybody else.
Yeah, it should. Everything should be a done deal. I don't know. I just don't. At this point, when teams are starting to get desperate too, this is the thing. If they are at this point, you need to wrap that shit up right now. Wrap it up over Zoom. I don't care. Like do it right now, get it done, and let's get moving. Because people coming out of nowhere and just you know uh, throwing bags would be detrimental to us.
Allegedly, Coleman Hawkins, allegedly, what is the highest number you think Tom Izzo would spend on Darius Adams? Do you do we need to state the reference of what we think the highest paid player currently is?
The highest is probably what, one?
My operating assumption has been 1.1 is the highest that is currently spent on a player at Michigan State.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 1.5, 1.6.
So you do think you believe Tom Izzo would make this kid the highest paid player immediately on the roster? Because that's I'm skeptical he would do that with a high school kid.
Yeah, I mean I don't believe it fully, but that's what would have to be done to get him.
Okay. All right. I mean, look, it's not even like conflicting reports because right now it's been quiet. So if Michigan State sources are saying that, I believe it. But it's a little bit surprising to me if that is what's going on. Would that mean to you? Would that mean that other schools just don't really want Darius Adams?
Yeah.
Do you think that's what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, look, there's probably other like, would you rather spend your money on Des Claude or Darius Adams?
Des Claude.
So I think Michigan State's in a spot where they could get Darius Adams because no one wants Darius Adams right now.
Honestly, this might be a good market for Michigan State to play going forward. High school decommits.
Yeah,
If this is how the market is shaping up and everyone's overpaying millions and millions of dollars on portal guys, and Michigan State can just keep recruiting high school, build those relationships, even knowing, hey, if we lose the high school recruitment the first time, we'll be around.
yeah.
We'll be around in April. Like, it's not a bad market to corner.
Insane that you want my university, the school I love, to be the U up text.
Well, it's not that Brad Underwood is doing it with Euros. There's always a pivot for a good coach, right? And if Tom Izzo isn't going to spend millions on portal guys, this is a really good pivot. Go get the best high school players that end up getting recruited over in the portal.
Our pivot is just circling the block and being like, "Are you still with your boy? You still with him?"
Like who
Yeah,
else
okay.
could we call right now? Aren't there other high school decommits we could get after right now?
Trying to think. Who else did Michigan State lose in high school recruitments this year?
I don't know. They haven't had too many targets.
Yeah, true.
Right now, bold prediction. Does Darius Adams commit to Michigan State, yes or no?
No.
Where does he go?
Bama or Villanova.
Interesting. If the money's the same, I don't know why it wouldn't be Michigan State. We'll see.